Is this heaven? Hang on, I know it's the new design. Looks very heavenly. Hello everybody, welcome to a new episode of Banter Blitz with me. My name is Jan Gustafsson. I am a chess grandmaster. I believe you could probably have gathered that information from looking at the screen. I'm back from Crete, where I was doing commentary on the European Team Chess Championship. It was an exciting event, bit of a cliffhanger finish, which Azerbaijan had the better of in the end. Congratulations to the Azeri for winning the gold medal. I had a fun day of traveling yesterday, entered some bus from the hotel in Crete to the airport, then flew to Athens, spent some hours there, then flew to Hamburg. And here I am, back in the lovely studio, which looks very heavenly. Reminds me of the show I've been watching, The Good Place. It's an excellent show. Nowadays people don't watch shows anymore because that's not true. They watch more than ever, I guess. But don't watch the same shows anymore because there's so much stuff out there. So if you are not going to learn anything about chess from watching Banter Blitzes, and if the past is any indication, you will not, then at least take my TV show advice into consideration. The Good Place. It's pretty funny. Curb Your Enthusiasm. I love Curb Your Enthusiasm, but it's not as good as the older seasons. The Good Place, it's good stuff. So you've come to The Good Place if you're looking to play a chess game. Become a premium member on chess24.com if you haven't already, and challenge me. My name is Jan, to a lovely game of 5-minute chess, and maybe we'll play one. How it works is I click on a name on my list of challenges, and then I shall play that very name, or maybe sometimes the man or woman. Let's face it, normally it's the man behind the name. I know, it is fascinating, and we will start with Volvo Exclobator right after staring at the chat and confirming that people out there, or you people, as I like to say it, can hear me and see me. Perpetual Stalemate is saying, Jan, any clue why Timur Rajabov didn't attend the ceremony? I have no idea, I didn't attend it either. Maybe he thought other stuff to do, or maybe he had to leave early. I do not know, but you keep investigating Perpetual Stalemate. I'm sure we'll find out eventually. We are now playing against Volvo Exclobator. And by we, I mean me. Me. There's no I in team, but there's an E. Me. Doesn't make sense, huh? We are playing the Slav this time around against Dr. Volvo. What shall I do after knight f6? I've played queen b3, queen c2, e3, knight c3 and cd5. And probably nothing else over the course of my long, prestigious, that's not true, chess career. Maybe it's time to start playing g3. I've never played this move before. But how bad can it be? Nowadays, people are playing g3s in all kinds of situations. Karl Nering is saying, I'm a people, you're a people. Everybody, you know the people. Food for thought. I do know animals who are not people. So I think in order to be accurate, we would have to say every people you know is a people. Unless you're arguing that one can never really know animals. Panther Chess is raising an important question. Where is your coffee? It's right here. Have no fear. But I think Panther Chess told us earlier that he's never afraid. Then, because Anush Kulkarni is not a premium member, but he makes up for it by repeating his question. I shall of course answer it. How tall are you, Jan? I am 1 meter and 94 centimeters. Or as the Americans call it, 6'4". So I'm glad we've discussed that. Pradyumna says, Jan for once play e4. I'll tell you what, Pradyumna, the second you become a premium member and challenge me, I will play you and I will crush you with the move 1 e4, adding to everyone's enjoyment of the show. I should talk about this game. So I've played g3. He's not gone for what I would consider more critical approaches, like developing his bishop to f5 or g4, or taking this pawn on c4. Instead, we've transposed to some sort of slow Catalan, which we've recently seen. For example, Victor Erdas, he had some games in this European Team Championship. People seem to have found some new resources here for black. Volvo X went knight to e4, after which the most standard move would be bishop to b2, just defending my knight. But I thought, might as well try to mix it a little bit. He then went b5, which surprised me, looks a bit weakening. Queen c2, knight to b6, and now it is my move. That's one of the fascinating things about chess. Often you make a move and you think, okay, it won't be my move for a while. But then your opponent makes a move and boom, the right to make a move is right back with you. Some people would even go as far as calling chess a turn-based game. Which is why I prefer Kung Fu chess. What else are we discussing? Captain Ball Arms, excellent username, says, isn't he Scandinavian by heritage as well? What are we still talking about my height? I always get it wrong and I have never looked it up. Swedish great-grandmother, so I'm not sure how much she's contributed to my height, but yeah. I went f3 here, provoking e3, after which my knight has to go to a not very flattering square on b1. But on the other hand, this pawn might become a little weak one day or another. Volvo X Globator is playing well. I normally play horribly in the first game. So if you want to crush me, do it in the first game. But I'm not sure how you can influence that I'll play you in the first game. Still, this is the time. Because normally I'm so focused on other stuff. Oh, is VB Cardinal? Are you height shaming me? He says 6'4", sheesh, ha 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 ha. Probably the ha 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 is referring to something hilarious that I or somebody else said. But if it's about my height, it's very hurtful, VB Cardinal. You know, us tall people, we have feelings too. Or so I've heard. Anush Kulkarni is saying, you're probably one of the tallest chess players around, definitely amongst GMs. I would guess that I am above average height amongst GMs, yes. The problem is it does not translate into rating points. Like, it's not like for every centimeter or foot you get like 1 bonus rating point. Or let's say 1 wouldn't be enough, let's say 5. If I get like 5 points per centimeter, that I like tower over guys like Fabiano Caruana. I'd still play horribly, that's the problem. But I'd have a similar rating to them. Let's do the math. No, I'd have more than them, right? I'm 194. Fabi's what? 170 something? Boom, there you go. I can't do the math, I'm just pretending like now we've all figured it out. So, yay me. How do we get here? La Roca is asking, taller than Paco Vallejo. I think we're very similar height, Paco. And this is an English thing I struggle with, by the way. I never know, is it Paco and me or Paco and I? I honestly don't know, and it's bothering me. I've been trying to figure out the logic behind it for a while. Someone's tried to explain it to me, but I'm old. I don't really learn new stuff. Volvo Exclavator wants to go rook e3 and then bishop d4. He has a lot of activity for this pawn that I took. So how can we deal with his raging attack? Probably take more pawns. Ugh, no, bishop e2. See, I'm not quite there yet. But will I ever get there? See you when you get there. So now I'm just lost? That's too bad. I normally don't like being lost. I'm not sure if you guys know that about me. But I don't enjoy it as much as winning. So I'm an exchange down, and I'm probably going to lose more material after bishop takes d4. But what can you do? Just keep making moves. Try to win on time. Oh yeah, nothing has changed. It's good to be back. Am I getting checkmated? Yes, sorta. Check. And once again, the tables have turned. Ooh, this is a painful check. Pre-move. Sorry, Volvo Exclavator. You did outplay me. And you deserved. Did you deserve victory? Probably. Then again, I struggle with this deserve thing, because, you know, gotta finish the game. Clock is part of the game, and so on and so forth. But you certainly play better than me. So shout out to Volvo Exclavator. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm eager to find out. Let us play maybe another game. I believe that's typically how these things are done. Oh, Topper Harley. Non-poker term. Top pair Harley. What do I do? Trompovich? Yep. Please leave your comment. Point out that's not really Trompovich. And c5. This is what I recommended in my video series that we know. Pluck rather obnoxiously here all the time. I gave c5, bishop f6, g f6. And here dc5 is what Sir Mr. Carlsen played in the first World Championship game of his match versus Sergei Kayakin. After knight c6, he played bishop b5. Didn't really get anything out of the opening, but he felt like playing the Trumpovsky because the match was played in America. I don't know. So what happened here? He played e6, I played c4, which looks rather insane. Is that what Magnus did, or did he play b4? I have a feeling this might have happened in that game, but I can't be too sure. c4, queen a5 check, knight c3, d takes c4. Looks fairly logical. Now what can I do? I could take here, then bc. It's not obvious if I've achieved anything. I could just take back on c4. Or play some half measure, like, no, queen h5. Does that make any sense? Nah, he goes f5. I'll develop some pieces and then worry about it. Don't really think white is better here in any of these positions because, yeah, you take the pawn back, but normally the black two bishops compensate for the small defect in the black pawn structure. Karl Nehring is saying impeachable opening repertoire. That's funny. Karl Nehring is a native speaker, so he did mean impeachable, not impeccable. Or at least I'm guessing Karl Nehring is a native English speaker. You never know these days. Because the United States of America have always been very welcoming to foreigners and have been a bit of a melting pot. Isn't that the case? You never know who's from there, who's not. Or maybe used to. I don't know. I'm not that educated on like global politics or Trumpovsky theory. Those are two things that I have not taken as big an interest in as many others. So far, I don't have any advantage against Topper Hurley, but I expect that to change in the future. You know what? I will do the unthinkable and sacrifice a pawn. You guys might think this is not a pawn sacrifice, but bear with me. I know, it's a pawn. But the truth is, I lied to you. I lied to Topper Hurley. I lied to all of you viewers. Because I want to take the bishop on e7. I'd never sacrifice a pawn. What were you guys thinking? Now I'm a piece up, which is good. Okay, I think I need to tell the truth. I was intending to go ed and d5. And why I decided to do this? I thought it was a pawn sacrifice. And maybe it would have become one after e takes d5. Because now he attacks the bishop on c4. And I would go bishop d3. And I was hoping after knight h4, queen h5 that I would somehow checkmate him. But the way things went, I'm just a piece up. Which I guess is better than a pawn down. And okay, Topper Hurley does not trust my piece conversion technique. Who can blame him? Only time. And a jury of his peers, maybe. Just for laughs and giggles. What are you thinking about? Go queen c7, continue trying to flag me, but you're not going to be able to do it. I hate breaking these news. I feel unflaggable today. Much like Bruce Willis in the movie Unbreakable. Even though, no, he was quite flaggable. And hang on, why does this look so messed up? Why don't you guys tell me? Maybe you did tell me and I didn't read it. Probably you did tell me. You did tell me. Sorry. I apologize profusely. The situation is currently I am completely winning and waiting for Topper Hurley to call it a game. But it feels like Topper is not inclined to do so, instead thinking that maybe a combination of making moves and not losing on time will save the day for him, a strategy that I myself am quite familiar with. However, you cannot... I normally say flag a flagger, but I feel I need some new expressions. You cannot Snell? Tony Snell? Sell? Nah. I'm sure there's good expressions for that. Please tell me. What I'm trying to say is, you can't bullshit a bullshitter. But I'm not allowed to say shit on the show, so I was looking for some other way to put it. But yeah, I lack good expressions. I'm trying to become more of an idiomatic English speaker, but these expressions are very, very hard if you don't learn them early in life. Thanks for the game, Topper Harley. Oops, wrong button. Ice Basic. Watched the interview with Grishu, but I didn't watch the part where he said why he didn't want to play in Vike. Go rewatch the thing. I don't want to misquote him, and I don't want to misread your name, which is Ica Basic. Also, go premium Ica Basic. How dare you? All right, who's next? What about Matakai? By the way, if you guys are thinking that I'm choosing highly rated opponents, you're wrong. I'm choosing the first names on my list that I have not yet played against. They all happen to be very highly rated so far, which I find very upsetting. Oh, wow. Can't sneak anything by you guys. Just when I said I'm not allowed to say bullshit on the show. I did say that. Crazy. And I apologize. Don't repeat that at home, especially you young viewers out there. I don't want that foul language anywhere. I don't want the Catalan anywhere either. What can I do against the Catalan? What do people do? Recently, let's try the Salgado system. I haven't really understood how it works, but I like the idea of it. He was going in the Euro Team Championship. He was doing this and this, which is well known, and then he went c6, b6, knight b7, bishop b7, rook c8, c5, without wasting a tempo on castles, which apparently was relevant. Perpetual Stalemate says you can't bluff a bluffer. Yeah, that sounds alright. There must be another way to put this. You can't take candy from somebody that takes candies from babies? I'm not sure that's true. If this is your first time watching, I apologize. If it's not, then you knew what you were getting into. I'm not that sorry. And as far as I know, there is no relation between Ivan Salgado and Mitchell Salgado. How do you do this? You go c5 here. Now that he put the knight on d2, I feel like c5 might be a viable option. There's other viable options. It's a hard knock life. I shall try to provoke an immediate crisis. Well, castle, I expect him to go e4. And I'll take here. This is something. Looks a little suspect, to be perfectly honest. But I've seen this guy, Viktor Erdos, do something in a similar position during the Euro teams. And since nowadays I tend to be too lazy to work on my own chess, I have to steal other people's ideas and play them in tournaments where I commentate. The problem is, if you don't really check them, then you just, like one of these guys that I used to make fun of with like half knowledge. Oh yeah, I've seen this idea. What, you didn't check it? Nah, I didn't check it. And now, what do I do? Develop maybe? No, knight d6. I'm playing so badly, it's embarrassing. not that embarrassing. I'm not really embarrassed. I only get really embarrassed when I lose, which is strange, because you should get just as embarrassed by the quality of your play. But to quote the famous and the wise Luke van Vele, he said about his player, Joran van Foreest, that he doesn't really care about his level of chess as long as he's winning. And I feel the same way, which of course is a very dumb way to look at the world, because results will be a product of your level of chess. As for my level of chess, I wanted to win this knight, but it looks like my opponent will not allow me to do that. I could now pin this knight, but after b3, I'm not that sure I've achieved all that much. Maybe I'll put the queen in the corner. That's queen in the corner. Unfortunately, I don't know any other lyrics from Losing My Religion. And now, rook c4, bishop e7, not great. Bishop e4, rook e4, also not great. Big champion of chess. Alright, gotta take, I guess. Don't like it though. I thought I could take this. Can I not? If I cannot, I would be in trouble, but I believe I can. Let's see. Did this help? I switched lines. I did lose this game, which is very sad, because I disconnected. But I hope I did not lose the show. Anyway, congratulations to Matakai, who won by internet. But can't blame him for that. He played a good game. Yeah, should have taken here. Let's play another one. Hopefully, we're back. What about Daniel Hayes? Daniel Hayes. No, don't apologize, Matakai. It's hardly your problem that none of my 3 internet lines is as reliable as I would like them to be. It's very sad. And Daniel Hayes here plays the... I was going to say the Caro-Kann, but it's me who plays the Caro-Kann. The ambitious pawn is saying, Jan, welcome to Disconnectistan. Yeah, I've had a lot of adventures in Disconnectistan last week already during the European Team Championship. But it looks like the disconnect-issues, which are one of the main problems in Disconnectistan, keep happening. We are playing the Caro-Kann. Do you know that when you're trying to think of anything witty to say, there's just nothing? Or do you just say stuff? Maybe I should just say stuff. And Counter Sparks is saying, hey Jan, my sushi date girl. That sounds odd, doesn't it? Your sushi date girl? That sounds like you have one Korean food date girl, a sushi date girl, a steak date girl. That does sound odd to me. So anyway, Counter Sparks saying my sushi date girl cancelled, so now I'm stuck here with you. That is technically probably untrue, because I don't know about your situation, but I would guess that you have more reliable internet access than me, so you probably have access to literally hundreds of thousands of videos. Some PG-13, some not so PG-13, but you do have many options if you're missing your sushi date girl. And long story short, I'm sorry that she cancelled on you. What's the reason? Sick grandma? That's a classic. What else do we have? Captain Ballarm says he always has something witty to say. Must be nice. Karl Nering says he refreshed, regained the stream, lost his challenge. Ambitious Ambition seems to be gone also. Ambition is gone, but ambitious pawn is still here. Oof, a lot of stuff happening out there. And Counterspark says, I could have worded that a bit more accurately. You didn't really have to, but I'm a bit of an asshole. So whenever I find... Am I allowed to say asshole? Probably not. Whenever I find a flaw in people's wording, I will jump on it instantly. Which doesn't make sense because I'm not really a native speaker myself. So I'm not really in a position to bully people about their wording. But you know, we all need hobbies. What else is going on? Anush Kulkarni is asking, Jan, do you invest in cryptocurrency? I do not. I have a feeling it's too late if people in the Chess24 chat start talking about cryptocurrency. Feels like the moment has passed and now something horrible will happen to all of you jumping on that bandwagon. Having said all that, I don't have a clue about it at all, so don't listen to my advice or non-advice. But you should go premium Anush Kulkarni. This is the last question I can answer because you know how it is. I have very strict instructions to only talk to the premium members that keep the site going. Blah, 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 blah. This is a weird show today. It's not flowing. I have to readjust to Hamburg weather. The game is also not really going my way so far against Daniel Haynes. It's just an equal position with opposite color bishops. Where I need to think of some way to make events a little more interesting. Guillaume FL asks, Jan, do you play checkers like Chucky? I do not play checkers. Not like Chucky nor like anybody else. I'm sure Chucky is a big champion of checkers. I was gonna say I play chess, not checkers, but that sounds pretentious. And what I'm doing here should really not be referred to as playing chess. But no, I'm not a big checkers guy. Is my coffee empty? Finally, something might happen. Because now, because of this pin, at least I can maybe inflict Daniel Haynes with an isolated queen's pawn. Not the end of the world, but it gives me some hope that I might still be able to spice things up a little in this game. First order of business, block the pawn. Second order of business, take it. Third, convert extra pawn. Fourth, I might have mixed up the order a bit, but somewhere down the line is don't get back rank mated. Alright, do we move to the taking the pawn part? I could go e5 here, but I don't feel like it yet. Troctor is asking, yeah, what was the best food you ate in Crete? I must admit I didn't go out much, so I mainly stuck to the hotel stuff. We had full board and food was pretty good in the hotel. Once I was at some dinner which was mainly for ECU, the European Chess Union delegates, in some traditional restaurant where they were doing their own raki. There we got some excellent food. If you're wondering why I was there, it was because I was discussing if the ECU wants to become a part of the JCF, which is the Yanistan Chess Federation, but so far talks have not really advanced very far. But yeah, there was some good food. Then I think once or twice I went with the Spanish guys to some Italian restaurant. Once I got a late night kebab and ran into the Azeris. Shah Mamedyarov was there as well. I believe those are all my food stories from Crete. So not exactly an episode of Samurai Gourmet, but the food in the hotel was excellent. Breakfast was meh, but the rest of the food was pretty good. So no reason to stray away that far. Oh, I completed some part of my plan, right? Which was to win the passed pawn, the isolated pawn. So now we are moving on to whatever the next stage was, which is to convert the extra pawn. I never know how one converts an extra pawn. I normally just move around and attack stuff. But I'm sure in some old textbooks you could find like an 18-point plan here, like create weakness, exchange one pair of rooks, centralize king, create second weakness, take the pawn. That would be the only advice I would give. Yeah. That's about it. Perpetual stalemate sort of gets the idea. Stage 2, move around with the extra pawn until the opponent flags. That is pretty much how I would do it. But here I have more than one extra pawn, so I have more pawns I can move around. Well, we're waiting for Daniel Hayes flag to fall. Thanks for the game, Daniel Hayes. Yeah, the position was equal until I mentioned this. I gained some hope here after bishop to c5. So yeah, don't allow your knight to get pinned. Still equal, I guess, but easier to play for me then. So what's going on in the Banter Blitz community? Karl Nering, how's your health? How's your wife? Everything okay? Haven't heard from you in a while. Troctor is saying, if Yanistan will become part of ECU, you must have misheard. I said, if ECU will become part of the Yanistan Chess Federation. Yanistan will become part of ECU. You got to be kidding me. Ludwig Karlsson is playing e4. I played g6. This is another line of my childhood I can see. I'm being asked about my favorite chess players of all time. I don't really think in such categories. I don't know. What categories do I think in? Nah, I grew up with Kramnik. Not literally, like it wasn't Vlad and me in Tuapse jumping around. But I grew up studying Kramnik's games, and yeah, I've tried to emulate his style. Not very successfully, as you can probably tell from watching. But yeah, I always liked Kramnik. And before that, first match I really followed, I guess, was Kasparov-Karpov 1990. There, I can't remember. I guess I was rooting for Kasparov. My first chess book was Kasparov's Chess Openings, some German book. I've talked about this. And I learned a lot from that book. It was a pretty decent book. Shout out to Otto Borik. But nah, chess heroes, like... I understand this will sound like... my usual self-deprecating nonsense. But I never, thought, oh my god, this guy plays such beautiful chess and got pleasure out of the beauty of someone's game. I've always been in it in order to flag people. No, not to flag people, but I always wanted to beat the other kids. And so for me it was more like, what information will be useful for me to beat the other kids, and not, oh my god, I really enjoy the beauty or the clarity of Rubinstein's games, or whatever people say. Which, I don't know, I guess is the mark of a sociopath. Maybe not. But yeah, I never felt about favorite players in that way. But I always, I enjoyed the way Kramnik played. Panther Chess is asking, Jan, who's the biggest talent at the moment? Rapport, Bluebaum? Are those the two options, or are there other names on that list? Oh, a Chinese player also. It's probably a Chinese player. Probably we don't know the name, even though this guy Wei Yi is pretty good. But yeah, I believe it's between those. Rapport, Bluebaum, or a Chinese player. I don't really think that, but once again, I guess I don't. I don't give it that much thought. There must be somebody out there who's good. This guy Pragnananda is pretty good, right? Then there was some other guy who recently just became a grandmaster. At the Euro teams, were there any nasty kids? Can't remember. No, I don't think any kids stood out. Shaba is playing. Kremlin is a bit like Paul Scholes. He's good at every position. Paul Scholes is good at every position? I'm not much of a football expert, but I can't really imagine Paul Scholes defending, being a goalkeeper, being a scorer. Isn't he just some small guy who's exclusively a midfielder? So I'm not sure. I like the sentiment, but I'm not sure I agree with the example you chose. I'm not better here, which you probably figured out by now. All by yourself, but I guess I'm not worse either. Which, in a way, is worse than being better, but it's better than being worse. These are the insights that you will gain when you tune into Banter Blitz with Tired Jan. Which number is it? 112. 112. That's what you call in Germany in case of a medical emergency or a fire, right? I think so. Let's confuse Ludwig Carlsson, Rook F8. I would be confused after Rook F8. I am actually confused after Rook F8. So I hope Ludwig Carlsson is confused by this move as well. And I'm being informed that 112 works in most European Union countries. Okay, did not know that. What happens in the States? Can you dial 112 there as well? Will it forward you to 911? Or will it just tell you wrong number? So what were we discussing? Chess talents? I've been thinking about there were some good young players in the Euro teams. There was Vahap Sanal from Turkey had a good event. There was Luca Moroni Jr. from Italy had a good event. So there were some up-and-comers. But these, biggest talent, who knows? Currently, I'm not sure. Do we still count guys like Wei Yi? Well, you count a blue one who's probably older than Wei Yi, and Rapport who's certainly older. So I guess you do. I don't know. As for this game, we have a rook endgame. I have an extra pawn. I could take this, but then he would go rook a2. Whoa, a5 is actually smart. Oh, kudos. Kudos, Dr. Ludwig. Rook c6, a bit of an unfortunate pre-move. You should always keep in mind that this is chess, not checkers. And therefore your opponent will not be obliged to accept your pawns. I'm guessing the pawn endgame is sort of winning here. Let me think. Takes bc, king b3, king e7, king a4, king f6, king a5, king e5, king b7, king e4. I'm not sure I counted correctly, but normally you don't have to count that much. If you have a pawn endgame, 2 pawns up, your chances tend to be quite good. And Ludwig Carlson does agree. Wow, back in heaven. What's going on? Things are strange in heaven. Oh my god, a chess FIDE master. An FM, as I like to call him. Schneitz? Dr. Schneitz. Okay, now I must focus. See my focused face? Nah, neither do I. He plays what people in Mexico often refer to as the relopez. What can I do against Schneitz? He looks motivated. You can tell by all this time he spent on choosing the move 5d3. He was thinking, where can I hurt this guy? 5d3. That's what is the way. What is the way? See, he can't speak English. Now what? d6, h6, h6, d6. I guess I could go here, no? Or maybe he can take on e5. Okay. Who knows such things? Shaba is saying 1750 is when they discovered Africa, right? I'm not sure if that's right. But the good thing is, for people like me that don't know anything about anything, we do have Google access these days. So I can just Google stuff. But I'm not sure who would have... No, that sounds too wrong. I'm always annoyed when they play this a3 bishop e3 system. It's not dangerous, but it's still annoying. Because you can play all these equal positions after castles, after bishop takes e3, after, what else, knight d4, no, knight d4. Maybe, let's mix it up. Normally knight d4 is not the way to go, and I don't really like it. But I've played, even in Banter Blitzes, and maybe against Schneitz himself, I've played castles in similar positions, so I feel like I should mix it every once in a while. Knight d4 is a strange move though, after bishop d4. I do get this sort of dead unit on d4, which normally I don't like playing with. I believe you should go bishop d4, ed, and then probably knight to d5. Knight e2, I have bishop g4, which I guess is also fine. But I'd go knight d5 with a weird position. He goes knight e2. I must pin him. This bishop feels a little dumb now, staring at his own pawn. Ambitious pawn is saying, Jan, we did not come here for English lessons. Speak for yourself. I've been told that the current ranking is, number 1 is Pimsleur, number 2 is Rosetta Stone, number 3 is Banter Blitz with Jan Gustafsson. Where's people trying to learn English? And I think, we just overtook Rosetta Stone. Yeah, it doesn't have a good reputation. So what do you come here for? Let's have a look. We came here for movie recommendations. And I'm sure the indigenous people of Africa would disagree with my movie recommendations. So, I don't know, I was stuck in Crete. Did I watch a lot of movies? I don't think I watched any movies. Let me think. Thinking. Still thinking. I still don't like my position, by the way. But now I'm thinking what movie I could possibly recommend. I haven't been to the movies during my recent trip, and I don't think I had the patience to watch a whole movie. I watched this TV show called Mindhunter, which was good. As I told you people, I did watch Stranger Things. No, I didn't tell you people that. I watched The Good Place, which is very funny. Very lighthearted, good stuff. I tried watching Stranger Things 2, this Netflix smash hit, but yeah, I wasn't really into it. I don't think it's that good. It's probably gonna get a lot of hype and be critically acclaimed, but it looked like, yeah, these guys, they got a lot of praise for season 1, which was cute, and then the usual. Now they are stuck with a hit and gotta make a couple more seasons, but they're not quite sure where to take it. That's the story of Banter Blitz. I only wanted to do one, but then, because of the millions and millions of people watching, now I'm stuck here, doing thousands of those, playing worse and worse every time, blundering the d4 pawn. I'm getting humiliated, but what can you do? Gotta give the people what they want, until they don't want it anymore, because it's getting too shameful. Okay, I should start focusing on this game. It might be too late, because I'm sort of lost after knight takes d4. But okay, it gives me a second lease of life, not taking the pawn, which is very friendly. Okay, this knight on d5 is too strong, so let's get rid of that for starters. Just a warning, Schneitz, I'm fully focused now. Not that I wasn't earlier, but I'm even focused there, which is a correct grammar form. Now, boom, queen b3. Not sure my extreme focus is helping my moves so far. Can't have everything. Can't always get what you want. Hang on, TC, maybe I have T3? Maybe? Maybe you're gonna be the one that saves me when I flag all. You're my wonderwall. Yeah, singing, not my forte either. So sad. Knight f3 may be a good move too. Very unpleasant when they make good moves. Whoa, queen f4. Didn't expect that. Okay. We have now entered the phase of taking all of Schneid's pawns. One of my favorite parts of every game of chess is when you get to take all of your opponent's pawns, which should really be part of every game, but sometimes they don't let you do it, which is very disappointing. Like, it can be such a tease. They have all these 8 pawns there, and they say, yeah, let's play a friendly game of chess, and then they don't let you touch any of those pawns. I'm not sure if the rapey implications are very appropriate in these times. Check. I really want to go bishop f5, but I might not be able to do it. Very sad. That is, if I have one weakness as a chess player, it is that once I know I'm going to win on time, I start making horrible moves. Then I have this other weakness, that I make a lot of horrible moves before I know I'm going to win on time. But apart from those two, I got it all figured out. Resigns. Schneitz loses on time. Exciting battle. All right, who's new? Who's in, who not? Let's play against Captain Ball Arms. Is that a He-Man Masters of the Universe action figure, Captain Ball Arms? I'm familiar with Man at Arms, but I have not heard of Captain Ball Arms. I'll play the Verisov. Doesn't look like Captain Ball Arms wants to stop me from going e4. Therefore, I shall, of course, take the center. We are playing the Pirts. And I've seen Arkady Naidic reach a very good position with this system in the last round of the Euro Team Championship. I guess once, as usual, different move order. But he did something like this. Then he went g4, put the knight here, bishop on g2. Got a good position. What are we talking about? d5. That looks like a good move, actually. I commend you for your choice of move, not allowing me to complete my setup in quiet and peace with bishop g2, knight e2, knight g3, whatever. What are we talking about? Nothing, apparently. That's too bad. Can I take this pawn? Feels a bit risky to go after it. But nowadays, I feel it's a big part of my online persona. That is very different from the smooth positional player that I am in real life. To grab as many pawns as I possibly can. My online chess persona? I don't know. Anyway, I want that pawn. Oh, we were discussing movies earlier, that's right. I've read that Thor Ragnarok is good. I'm gonna go watch Murder on the... What do you call it in English? Murder on the Orient Express. So please don't spoil it for me. On tomorrow, I believe it's Thursday tomorrow, but I cannot be sure. Which I guess is decent, and I like a good murder mystery. Haven't read it, so that could be fun. Yeah, I heard Thor is hilarious. Even though how hilarious can be. Still, I'll watch it. What else is there? There's not a lot of good movies out there, is there? I still haven't watched it. It's probably good. Nah, I got nothing. That's the problem with I don't know how to finish that thought. The problem with becoming slightly less of a degenerate. Don't get me wrong, I'm still a degenerate, but I have less time to pursue my degenerate activities these days. So I'm slightly less up to date on pop culture than I should be. I also have this NBA Fantasy League, which occupies a lot of my time. I've been running very badly, but I will crush everybody, obviously, because at some point my superior knowledge of basketball should kick in. As for the game, I took a pawn. And this is too optimistic. Don't take on a2 if there's a knight that can follow through. A bit like that Bardo-Jobava blunder in the last round of the Euro teams. Against Tommy Neubeck, he played rook a1 check. His opponent played knight b3 takes a1. He was a rook down, which, as we know, is often a tough situation to find yourself in. Sorry, Captain Ball Arms, for that. Always blame the mouse is asking, why are all the cinemas in Germany using voiceover? That is because Germany is a much bigger country than Sweden. And with 80, 90 million people, they have decided that it's good business to dub movies. It's similar in places like France or Spain. I personally am not a big fan of it, and I try to watch everything in its original version when possible. In a big city like Hamburg, you'll have one theater or two where you can watch the originals, but it is common the movies that you will see stuff with voiceover. However, in this day and age where people don't leave their house and we watch everything on Netflix or Amazon Prime, you can pretty much choose your language. So we can watch Bron Brun in its original version. Let's play against Torre Amut. Hochjoch is asking, do you follow the TCEC? I do not. That's the computer tournament? No, I haven't seen anything of it. I've been busy with the ETCC. We are playing Le Français. I will play 3 knight d2, which I guess is closer to my heart than knight c3, even though knight c3 should probably be the most challenging move. After d4, knight e4. Doesn't really matter. We get the same position. Here, the only thing I always try to do, but often fail, is to win the enemy queen by bishop d3 and then bishop g5, after which it would no longer have a square to go to. But Torre Amut already ruined my best laid plans. Oh, bishop h7? Are we in bishop h7 might work territory? Not clear, because king h7, knight g5, king g6. There's no immediate follow-up, but might still be worth a shot. h4, f5, h5, king f6. No, I don't see a win. But it's so tempting. How can you tempt me like this, Torre Amut? Takes. Knight g5, king g6. Queen g4 is f5. So h4, f5. h5, king f6. Nah, knight h7 wins some material back. It's not great. Nah, I'm gonna have to play it normally, but that's very sad. We'll revisit that topic. I have a feeling one day I will take on h7 in this game. And that day might be sooner rather than later. I'm gonna think about it at every juncture. Gotta do it, Savannah. Gotta do it. Might still not be good though. So tempting. So tempting. It's still bad, and it's kind of silly because after long castles I'm almost winning. But it's so hard to resist. If I have one weakness as a chess player, then it is my need to play impressive games. Okay, I can't even say that myself. And I've mentioned this many times. If your opponent plays bishop h7, always take instantly. Never play king h8, because after king h8 you can resign. You're going to lose 100% of the time. Well, if you accept the piece, at least you're a piece up. You might lose, but you might also not lose. Well, after king h8, there's just no upside. You're just a pawn down. And we're the resignable position. So always take, and here wasn't clear at all. King h7, knight g5, king g6, Queen g4, f5. Who knows what would have happened? Well, now we all know what's going to happen. Do we all know what's going to happen? I think I should just win, making more or less normal moves. So, the good old wisdom, if you must suffer, then at least suffer for something and not for free. Sorry about that, Tori Amut. Yeah, this is the position where, I think bishop h7. It's a bit silly, because he's lost sometimes with long castles. I have an overwhelming position. But you gotta take knight g5, king g6, I believe was forced. King g8, queen h5 is normally checkmate. So king g6, and I didn't see a clear way. Queen g4. First of all, there's bishop f2, but not sure if that's any good. King e2, f5. Even this could be interesting, yeah. And bishop f2 I didn't think of. I thought f5, queen g3, let's say bishop d6, f4, king f6, and I also didn't see anything clear. Here it feels like I have a good initiative with bishop c3, but compared to what you got in the game, just go for this and then think. If you see it's not made directly, just play it. Because king h8, you might as well resign. So always take that bishop. But best of all, get used to that idea and try not to allow it. Alright, oops, wrong button. Here we are. What time is it? We still have time to play some lovely games of chess. For example, against David Lam. Carl Neering is saying, if I were Jan would blunder much more often. And I don't know. Because if you were me, you would also have my blunder filter. So it really depends. Is this a face-off situation where you would get my face and I would get your face, but we both keep our own agendas and skills? Or would this be a more complex transformation? I don't know if we could pull it off. I'm not sure if Travolta and Nick Cage could pull it off, because Travolta, let's face it, slightly heavier man than Nicolas Cage. So for this line, should I know this line? Queen e2 is, I believe Queen e2 is what Paco gave. There was some problem with it, which I can't remember now. Oh, I have some water here. Believe it or not, we do have water here. And Carl Neering is saying, but at least I would be 6-4. Once again, not in the face-off scenario, right? You would keep your height if we just exchanged faces. And also 6-4, not a big advantage, like yesterday on traveling days. If you have to sit in a plane for hours on end, you much rather be 5-7 than 6-4. What are we doing here? I've played weird moves. Queen e4 was a bit of a weird move, but might as well pretend it's all part of the master plan and get the bishop out. Sorry for all the leaning back today. I'm not really back in very professional, well, soft-spoken chess grandmaster mode. But I'll get there. I'll get there. Don't you guys worry. And yeah, it is indeed Magnus Water, which I don't think they buy because of Carlsen. I think they get it because it's the cheapest water money can buy. I'm not sure if that's true. That's probably not true. It's good water. So it's not part of the... I don't think it's a Carlsen thing. Who knows? I know. As for the position, yeah, I don't know what's going on. I guess nothing much. CP Counter is wondering why not bishop takes c2. Yeah, why not? Looks a bit risky, to put it mildly. No, d4 and open stuff up, or d3, bishop a4. Who knows? Next time. I would have done it, but mainly to suit my pawn grabbing persona, not because I would have thought it's a good move. So d4, knight b6, I'll go away. How do you play such positions? You go h4, or do you just play like a normal person, get the pieces out? Castles, bishop f4, c4. The knight on b6 should be a little silly. Bishop g7, that also looks wrong. I'll play like a normal person. And I hope by saying like a normal person, I did not insult all you h-pawn pushers out there. But you do have issues. You know it. I like queen c7 because it stops me from going bishop f4, which I would have liked to do. So, kudos to David Lan. Oh, and I'm being informed that after bishop c2, I might have spotted that on a good day. You can also just go bishop f7, king f7, queen c4. Yeah, that's probably even better. Now bishop c2. Looks wrong to me. No, nothing much has happened. He should probably try to get rid of this bishop, play bishop h5, take on f3, then play f5. I don't know, I guess white is a bit better, but it's a fairly solid position. I never know what to do in such structures. Probably do nothing. I'm sorry, I'm still jet lagged, like this 1 hour time difference to Greece. It's killing me. I'm being told h-pawn is called Harry and pushing it makes you popular 2-4-50 GM. I like to be popular, I wouldn't like to be 2-4-50. So it's choices, a lot of choices. Would I sacrifice 190 points for more popularity? I'm not that active anymore, so I guess so. And I quite like Simon Williams, can't say I know him well, but the few times I've met him, he's always seemed like a very nice guy. At some point we went to some weird place that serves dinner all night in Hamburg. So yeah, can't say anything bad about him. I can't say bad things about my position, because I've played terribly. The usual. And now I'm slightly worse. My bishop on b3 is dead. My pawn on d4 is a weakness. So it's time to start thinking about danger limitation, or, I don't know, flagging, you know, the usual things that I do after I got slowly but surely outplayed. d5 is first step of problem management here. Get rid of the weak d4 pawn. Ideally activate passive bishop along the way. All of a sudden my position looks much friendlier than it did just a move ago. It was all bad just a move ago. I was thinking about e5 and I couldn't really figure out what I want to do after it. So I blitz out rook c1. Queen d6, I have this. Well, queen a5, it looked at least like this queen was misplaced a little bit. I would probably then have taken on e5. So yeah, after this d5, my position turned into Pleasantville very, very quickly. Even though ain't over yet, especially with this dumb bishop and opposite colored bishops on the board. This is still a fight. This is not a trivial position. You have to play sort of accurately to bring home the bacon. Rook f1 feels like a decent start. Bringing home this bacon. That is a check. One check I can normally survive. Might have my own checks soon. Don't have your queen write any checks that your king can't cash. It's a well-known chess saying. I feel like this d-pawn is more in the way than it does any good. Get out the way. Knight h8 looks a little passive to me. Can I show off? I like showing off so much. Once again, if I have one flaw, it's my too showy style of chess. It's not too showy. That would be Peter Heine Nielsen. But it's a bit too showy. Thanks for the game, David Lan. You were doing well until, I don't know, somewhere around here. I wasn't happy with my position, but I guess this d5 is coming. It's not terrible. Who knows? Why do I keep clicking that button? Oh, that's this new design. I don't know where the buttons are yet. Man, you guys know how to push my buttons, but I don't know it myself. Let's play someone like PKW. No, PKSW. PIA. Gustafsson is asking, what if you don't like bacon? Everybody likes bacon. That's vegetarian's kryptonite, bacon. But yeah, you can insert whatever food you like instead of bacon. Bring home the tofu. For example, d3, bishop c5, and short castles. Good old Gioco Piano. This is one of my, unfortunately, very long-term projects because it's so hard to understand, to do a black repertoire series on all of this business. So far, yeah, I'm still leaning towards going c castles and then meeting c3 with d5. Then the problem is after castles they can play a4 and they can play bishop g5. So it's a jungle out there. What has rejuvenated a lot of the Gioco Piano, not Ruy Lopez, is this a4 move. First, I've seen it in games of Wesley So, even though I'm sure it has been played by other people. And here, these positions tend to be quite unpleasant for black, actually. It's just easy to play with white. Put a knight on c4, then be annoying. Go for some... Be annoying is something that comes natural to me. Go for some quick b5 pushes. It's just a hard position to defend. Nor Dizzy is saying I need to play 3 knight f6 and 4 bishop e7 because I can't wrap my head around the Gioco transpositions. I have similar problems, that's why this video series is taking so long, but I still feel the bishop belongs on c5. If you go knight f6, what I'm talking about is here. You also have to deal with knight to g5, so I don't think that's really a solution. But I do hear you. If I go bishop a3, he says b5, so maybe my timing was a little off here actually, since... yeah, I'd like to have this bishop on a3. I've slightly messed this up because I want to go b5, but then there's takes, pawn takes, and bishop f2, which leads to a weird material configuration that I didn't want to have. So in an ideal world, you want your bishop on a3 and then go b5. But had I started with bishop a3, he would have played b5, which I didn't like either. So long story short, I did not play it perfectly. Alright, d4 I guess. Yeah, looks normal. Keeping this bishop locked up. No, 4 knight g5 is not in bad shape. It's a very critical move, just positions that require a lot of work. More questions about Grishuk and his Vaikanze ban. Check it out, I believe the interview is in Collins. Report, I can't speak for Mr. Grishuk. But he said something like, yeah, he's not too fond of the weather. And the structure where it's mainly appearance fees and not so much prize money. I'm paraphrasing, but yeah, by all means, check it out. I'm awkward interviewing Grishuk because he's so clever. So I always feel like I should ask him something clever, which of course is not the way to do it, just ask normal questions and he'll say clever stuff. But yeah, I'm a little awkward interviewing him, but I really, really like Grishuk. And his comedic stylings. I feel he has a very dry wit. So, big fan of the guy. Not such a big fan of my position. I'm still better, but I've sort of messed up. Now he can play b5. And it's not so easy to make progress. Bishop e3. Another weird move. Whew. I don't like my rook's placement anymore. I'm gonna have to reshuffle these guys. So that's what you want. Okay, now I must stop you from taking. So here we are. 4-pawn attack. Could have gone knight g6, knight f8 immediately, but I didn't feel like figuring out if my knight gets out of there. Maybe I should have. But here we are. Status quo pretty much unchanged. I'm better. Have not won yet. Must try to avoid blunders, because normally blunders don't help you winning. This might be a bit of a blunder, allowing knight h5. Yeah, what am I doing? PW, PKSW, PA8, playing very well. All of a sudden. No, by all of a sudden I just mean that I was so much better after the opening, but I'm no longer sure. I still am. Okay, what to do? Actually, I'm reasonably sure I'm not much better anymore. C5 looming. Yeah, I've bungled another position. Poor positions. Big champion of chess. But I'm also a big champion of chess. Never forget that, Jan. You're a big champion of chess. You just need a pep talk. By yourself, once in a while. See, after the pep talk, things are going my way already. It's like I always say, don't be too hard on yourself. I never say that. Sorry for not making sense. I'm sure I will. In my mind, it's like all these shows before Banter Blitz. 112, like 1 till 111, have all been great celebrations of chess and content. And then this one is not. Then you go watch any of the older ones and you think, no, it's the same crap, rambling. So stop apologizing all the time. One more game we shall play, and then home we shall go. Maybe we should try talking more like Yoda. Let's try to find one more guy who I have never played, crush him, and go home. No, this is very creepy, but I've never played him, so let's do it. We are playing against a guy called Jan Stockton, and I'm not sure if you guys can see this, but it looks like he's photoshopped my hat on John Stockton's body. Which, yeah, I guess we're similar height. We're both very, very white. I'm probably worse at basketball than John Stockton. I'm not sure. I had to think about it a bit. He's arguably the greatest point guard of all time. Or, probably in the top 5. So probably he's better at basketball than me. I would guess I'm better at chess than John Stockton. But those are the only differences I can think of. Looks like Jan Stockton is not with us though. So I'm going to give him 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And abort. Sorry, Jan Stockton. Interesting avatar though. Then let's find someone who is here. Some non-premium challenges, can't accept those. Go premium on chess24.com/premium or wherever it is. I'm sure it's all over the screen. And to challenge me. And we're playing against Mattress Chess Guy. What's Mattress Chess? Is that a euphemism? Alright, I guess I should get the pieces out. Mattress Chess Guy, big expert of chess openings. What do I do? If he goes knight c3, which I expect him to, then the most natural move would be c5. The problem is after cd5, knight d5, the position becomes rather dull quite quickly. So I might have to dabble with this devilish other structure after cd5, ed5 that I don't enjoy as much. But okay, he's played queen e2 and I don't know what to do. Planet Earth is blue and there's nothing I can do. a6 looks like a ridiculous move. But I'm already... Yeah, I don't know what to do here, interestingly. I should know, but I do not. d4, d5 is looming. That's why I was a bit hesitant to enter this type of position. Then again, guys like Mattress Chess Guy, often they don't like to push that d pawn that far up the board. If he goes d4, I'm going to have to think, probably have to take c. I know my Mattress Chesses. He wants to go knight e1, f4, g4. That's a pattern that he's learned. See? I know my boy. I haven't learned how to deal with this pattern, but I'm still very happy that I knew what he was going to do. The problem is he's probably going to crush me with it. But then it will be a hard-learned lesson for all of us. Probably not for all of us, but for me. Okay, I should try to think of some plan. These positions, yeah, I don't get them. I'm not very good at them. He's going to go a4, stop me from going b5. Well, I will just aimlessly move around. That's my trying to find plan phase. But normally if I can't like take something or grab pawn here, play move by move, then I'm not very good at chess. Like this long-term planning and these 7-stage concepts way over my head. But you know what's not way over my head? Winning on time. Alright, where do I put my pieces? Not easy actually. Probably not here. That much we can conclude. There he comes, there's g4. Always part of the pattern guys are told here, but I'm not sure it's so effective in this very position. I don't think there's a lot of attack here. But I don't want to dispute. Mattress chess, guys. Well-studied scheme. F5, of course, a little committal, but I didn't want to wait around for knight e4. Now it feels like, finally, the tables might slowly but surely turn a little in my favor. Not sure they are. Nah, still not really in my favor. Even though, yeah, I'm okay now. Gotta be a bit careful not to lose any material because of these pins. Is it too late? Did I lose material because of these pins? Oh boy. Just when I thought I was out, he pins me back in. What to do? Not sure how this exciting adventure is gonna end, but what would be the point of an exciting adventure if we already knew how it is going to end? Big champion of chess, mattress chess guy. And I've also really bungled this. I had a good position earlier. But sometimes, such as chess, you have a good position, then you bungle it, then you no longer have a good position. And then you gotta dust yourself off and try again. Especially if at first you don't succeed. More trickery? Not sure why I'm giving this pawn, but I do have a little check here. Gotta check yourself before you wreck yourself. G5 is a bit much. Not sure what I can do. I'll insist on giving that pawn. He doesn't want it. Big champion of chess. Nah, I'm in trouble now. And I've been slow, so it's time to speed up at least. knight b4 was asking for it a bit. But king g3 is a bit of a mistake. Sorry, mattress chess guy. We played very well, but in the end, the eternal rook saved the day for me. Yeah, it was a weird position, and I wasn't being facetious about that. I knew what plan he was going to choose as f4 and g4 and so on, but I never really understood how to handle such situations. And I'm not particularly good at this patient maneuvering, so probably a decent note to self to go take a look what I'm supposed to do here. Maybe the easiest way to avoid getting into all of these shenanigans is to just start with c5, because here these plans with queen e3, queen e2, knight c3 never really work, because I can go knight c6 and then d4. I was trying to keep some pieces on the board, blah blah blah. Anyway, I did finish the game in great style, a rook up. And thank you for the game, Mr. Mattress Chess Guy. Tough guys, tough fight, tough guy too. Thank you guys for watching. Apologies for the rambling. I believe that's all. Go premium on the lovely chess24.com site to improve your chess and to partake in the next Banter Blitz. See you then.